pause the recording. Okay. All right. So welcome. Let me see if I can take off this waiting room so that they can just jump right in. Disable waiting room. Okay. So now we don't have to stop in the middle. So hello, and welcome to week 2. How was week 1? Do you feel like you made any progress? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me all the things. How are things going for you guys so far?
I'm still enrolled.
Well, that's good. You made it.
Still here.
You made it to week 2. That's winning in my book. That's awesome. That's true. Okay. Like I said, hopefully these are things that might stretch you a little bit and might even be like, oh man, she's putting me through the ringer. But all of them are especially calculated to really help you to move the needle and to actually be not just busy work, but things that you might be putting off doing anyway. And this is your final, your little push to help you do it, or things that kind of even, you might not ever use them in your business, but that way you can have experience when you're leading your teams to say, I made that, or I've done that, or I've tried that. And it'll just help you be even more well-rounded. So, all right. Okay. So what were your, main takeaways from chapter 1 and the challenges? Is there anything that you're going to use? Was there anything that you really liked? Was there any asset that you created, meaning like any digital or flyer or whatever that you are implementing in your business? What have you applied from chapter 1 so far, or wanting to?
Well, I really liked that you had us write our stories. I had like a little blurb on my, personal website before, but this kind of made me go even deeper in thought as to how Scentsy actually applied and changed my life. So I like that I got to put it on like the letter and kind of give a little bit about me and how it changed things for me and how it could relate to somebody, because there are a lot of single parents out there that could be like, hey, I didn't even think of that. Like, that's a good way to supplement having a second income without having to go to a second job.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they say, facts tell, stories sell. So we're going to talk about the recruiting kits and things that you might send to a potential recruit, or how to share your story so that you can grow your team, because really that's key. But through all of that, the most important key about whatever you're going to post, whatever you're going to tell somebody, whatever you're going to share in any kind of packet or even digitally, it's your story. That's your unique superpower, and that's what really is going to help somebody else say, oh, I could do that if she can do it. We want to make it look like something that is doable. It's kind of like the idea of when we used to be doing home parties, pre-COVID days, they would say, go in with one trip. So you don't want to bring in 5 boxes and every warmer that's ever made, because yes, our warmers are gorgeous. And if they could see them all in detail, or every product we've ever made, then maybe they would buy more. That is true, but it's a lot more powerful for booking more parties and for especially sponsoring new team members when they can see it's easy, it's simple, it's doable. It's something you want to create that moment of, oh, I could do that. Maybe not necessarily easily, and might be scary, but I could do that. So yay, Naomi, I'm glad that you went through that process and didn't just copy what you'd already done, but you augmented it, and you'll kind of always be adding to that story. And if you had a hard time with that because you're like, I haven't really done anything with my Scentsy business yet. I mean, I like it. You can use what you want to. You can use your why as part of your Scentsy story. It doesn't have to be all this. A lot of times people are like, well, I can't even recruit or grow, or I don't have a success story to share yet, so I can't really share my story. But your desire and what you're hoping to get out of your Scentsy business is also part of your story. So great, good job. Yay, I'm glad that was helpful, and I'm glad that you guys are really doing a good job to process all of these things and to really help make them be worth your time to do them anyway. Like I said, all of these things are hopefully things that will that you'll be, now from this week on, you have those assets, so be using them, sharing them, putting them in your recruiting packets that we're going to do this week. So okay, and that takes us on to the second chapter. Some things that I like about this are she talks about the power of our profession and why we are so lucky and blessed to have found direct sales. And again, in our day, direct sales does not get a good rap, and people do not look at it fondly, and they don't think, oh, I'm so glad she's doing that. If you owned your own business that was separate, that wasn't direct sales, you would get people cheering through the woodwork and yay, you're doing so great. But the second that it becomes direct sales and people find out that it's a fake business, then they're kind of like, oh, not so cool, but we can change that because we know differently, we know better. They just don't know that it really is something that is just all about helping each other. We help each other, we help our customers. And I love direct sales only through I've never done anything else besides Scentsy, but I love it through the lens of what it really is and the power of it. I like how she said, any other brand of whatever, Nike or whatever, they have to pay these celebrities to be their spokespeople and to be their models and to get their word out and to kind of be their brand evangelists. But that's what we get to do, is we get to experience the brands and the products and the company, even just being a consultant and being a member of the team, and share that with others. And that's how we get paid or whatever. So anyway, and I like how she listed three kind of main buckets that are four main buckets that are the benefit of direct sales. And I think that is what we can read and be like, okay, which one of these kind of did I start with and resonates with me? But also those are really good keys to look for when you're looking for other people to approach with joining. Because remember, that's the key. You guys have to recruit and sponsor and recruit and sponsor and recruit and sponsor. Like, even as a superstar director, that is just the process. And then you teach your team to do the same, because it's all about growth and expanding. Otherwise, after 10 years, you'll still be the same certified consultant. You'll just have sold 50,000 PRV, but you'll still be the same level. So the key truly is to focus on growth. So meaning you can also flip it around to, these are the reasons why people are looking to join your team as well. So sometimes it's about financial opportunity. Like she says, as number 2 is money. It's a great way to make money. But also it might be freedom and flexibility. Like you said, Naomi, it might even just be planting that seed in their mind of, oh, I could do this in a flexible way. I don't have to, clock in at certain hours. I don't have to be to work when my kids are home, or I don't have to miss weekends when they're having their soccer games or whatever it is. So it's the freedom and flexibility. The part that I like is she says, network marketing allows you to choose the dream life over a dream job. So we get to make our life around our Scentsy business, and that our life is supported by our Scentsy business to the extent that we run it and that we create this thing. Now, obviously, if we just run it like a hobby, it's really not going to have any legs to truly impact your life, to truly give you the freedom that you're looking for. It's like there's I can't remember who always says it, like Tony Robbins or something. He always says, what is it? He says, work like most people won't, so you can live like most people can't. So I think a lot of times we just think, oh, I'm in direct sales. This is just going to happen. As long as I hang in there, my team will grow, people will find me, and I will, as long as I'm in it for 5 years or 10 years, then I will have this beautiful business built. Well, it's just like any other business. Like if you were a store on the corner and you didn't really get out there and advertise or get new customers or get more people to love your brand and come back to buy more again, you're not going to have much of a business. Well, it's the same thing with us. So time plus effort and consistency equals that dream life. So again, I think it's really important to remember your why or your what. I've also heard that. So your why is maybe your dream that you're trying to accomplish, but also your what. Sometimes it might even just be something you're trying to buy, and that's your dream. Like my friend Carla Hunter, she was like, my why turned into a what. I kind of had my why. She's like, I didn't really need to support my family anymore because it was already fulfilling that. So she's like, the next step was what? And she wanted a Range Rover or something like that. And she wanted to pay cash for it. And so she's like, it was my what. I made my list of what things that I wanted to buy. So if you have that goal, that vision of what you're aiming for, whether that's your why, something you want to do with your life, or something you want to buy, or something you want to accomplish, that it's kind of like looking up. And if you're looking straight ahead, and let's say I put this big old obstacle and it's this tall, it's underneath, so it's down here, but let's say the obstacle is a big one and it's this big. But look, if I look above it, it didn't make the obstacle change, but now I can see where I'm going. So I think it's really important that if we keep our eyes towards the future and in a bigger vision, then that helps us get over those little small speed bumps. And then they're just a speed bump, but we can go over it. Otherwise, if we don't have enough momentum, it's like you're riding a little tricycle and that speed bump becomes a huge mountain and you can't get over it. So you have to have enough momentum and enough action to keep going over that speed bump. So anyway, so the second thing is financial opportunity. And she says, if you give your business enough, if you run it like a business, and if you give it enough effort and enough heart and enough gumption, then she said you could compress a 30 to 50 year career into 3 to 5 years. My friend Janadette has a formula for this. She's like, if you're on the 3 to 5 year plan and you want to make as much as a doctor or a lawyer to make your dreams come true, she says, if you will sell 2,000 PRV every single month and sponsor 2 new consultants every single month and teach them to do the same. So you get them selling 2,000 and sponsoring 2, and the other person who joined to sponsor 2 and join 2,000. Then you've created a duplicating machine, and literally within just a handful of years, you can create a business that is sustainable and life-changing. So it is a good financial opportunity. And it's like I tell my husband, you know, he used to work for corporate America and he would be excited to get a 3 to 5% raise every year. Whereas we have the opportunity to literally double or triple or quadruple our income every year, or even if it's 100%, you know, you double your income every year. That potential is unlimited. And it takes a while to get up. She talks about the snowball. It takes a little while to push it up, because remember how we talked about how this compensation plan is not front end loaded, it's back end loaded. So it feels right now like you're all pushing this big, huge snowball, and it's getting bigger and it's doing well, but it's almost heavier as you get to the top of that mountain. But then as it rolls over the top, it creates momentum of its own. And then you have a huge, huge, huge snowball that you're like, oh, wow, that started from just this little snowball that I just didn't give up. But you can't even just give up and stay on the mountain. You have to keep pushing that snowball up until you finally reach the crest. And then it will start really changing your life. So sometimes that's faster, sometimes that's slower. But the key is to not only not stop and not give up, but to just keep pushing and find ways to keep that momentum going. So within that financial, she also talks about, which I think is important because I think it's really beneficial when we're looking to sponsor and we're looking for reasons. Sometimes people want money, but sometimes it's the other kind of subset of financial opportunity. It's she says in network marketing, you don't just get paid, you also get recognized. So in Sensi, maybe that is recognition for your own personal sales. Maybe you get an annual award, maybe your top team sales or the top 10 or whatever, and that makes you feel good. Even if that paycheck isn't life-changing, it could be something that just helps you feel like, oh, you know, I'm valued, I'm seen, I'm recognized for what I do. I know, especially as a mom, sometimes I feel like we have to make the beds every day. I have to do the dishes again every day. We got to cook again because they just keep wanting to eat every day. You know, you got to do the laundry every day. And it's kind of that hamster wheel. And not that it's horrible things, but it's just so nice to see progress and to be celebrated. Again, my kids love their clean socks, but nobody's like, Mom, you've done such a good job folding my socks today. Thank you so much. Here's your little award, and I'm going to put you up and pin you on the wall. No, they don't do that. So you don't know, like, basically that's a beautiful gift that we have. So it's not only just the money that can help them, but a lot of times we don't know that what we crave is some progress, some recognition, and maybe even trips. You know, Sensi gives us great recognition, either in awards or even the opportunity to earn trips and change our life that way. So again, sometimes people are looking for a money opportunity, but a lot of time, and they might even say that, but a lot of times what will help them really tap into the beauty of it is more than even just money, because there's a lot of different ways to make money. And sometimes it's easier to make money by just going and getting a job making, you know, a certain amount per hour, because you know you're guaranteed, you know, you show up, they will pay you that. So we have to help them remember that this is an opportunity and not just a job. This is the opportunity to really tap into that wider spread instead of just a linear, you know, you work 2 hours, you get paid this much. It's you work 2 hours on your Sensi business and you keep pushing it up that mountain, and then your snowball will finally get bigger. Another reason why people join that we could use in our thinking about recruiting and sponsoring and making that list of 100, and that's kind of why I'm talking about this today, is because again, it'll help you jog your mind of who's somebody that maybe could use that recognition, or who's somebody that craves interaction. Fun and friendship is the the third thing that she talks about. You get to choose your coworkers. I mean, what a fun job. You get to choose your incentive earners, or your SFR retreat co-partners, your co-partiers. You get to literally choose who you work with. Obviously not in our own little team, but in your own team, you get to decide who you bring in and how that goes. And sometimes, like I said, a lot of people, they might join for the business opportunity, for the opportunity to make money. But what really will, be a huge factor is, remember, facts tell. And that's this is how much you can make. This is our compensation plan. This is how much you make off of each. That's facts tell. The stories sell. The stories of how you feel rewarded and how you feel good about Scentsy and how it's helping you as a woman be an even better woman, or how it feels so good to belong and to be a part of the team. It's those kind of intangibles that are the beautiful benefit of our industry and of this direct selling model that we really need to be sharing through pictures of us having fun, through pictures of us Zooming together on a random Tuesday night, through pictures of your recognition and feeling a part of something, through whatever it is. That's the beautiful side, that the more we share and let them into that part of our life, the more powerful that will be, and how that will resonate with them. And they'll realize, oh, I might not even be missing money in my life. It might not even be that they need money. It might just be that feeling of being valued and that sense of belonging that we can really give them. So the fourth thing is fabulous opportunities for personal and professional growth. My friend Scott always says that the great thing about this company and about direct sales is that we get to be paid for personal growth. And, it really truly is that the more I'm working on myself, whether it's learning how to be a better mentor or a better person or better organized or a better mindset, whatever it is, that directly affects my paycheck and my job and my team and my ability to lead. So I love that again, if you're like a self-help guru, or if you know somebody who likes to, like, it fast tracks you, because you can't only just learn it, you learn it and apply it all at the same time. So that's another thing. Like I said, if you know people who really like or are high achievers, or who really like to always be making themselves better, or who are goal oriented, that part of the business will really resonate with them. So use that approach in your recruiting, or even in your list making. Don't think of only people who don't have enough money to buy the kit and whose Scentsy is literally going to change their life because it allows them to buy milk and diapers. Think also, I mean, that is true, and not to discount that at all, but sometimes that's where we stop. You really need Scentsy because you really need money. A lot of times, like I said, we've just gone through 4 different things that people need, and only one of those was money. And in fact, even the money one had the recognition and the trips and things like that. So it's not always people that are destitute and don't have any other options. A lot of times it's people that are looking for something more in their life. So when you're making your list of 100 this week, don't count out your doctor friends, or don't count out your friend who is super busy. A lot of times the busy ones are the go-getters. Don't count out somebody who owns a side business already, whether it's direct sales or not. It can be, anything. I know, I love it. She's like, hi friends, you're all here to see me. Which is true. It's very true. So anyway, as you're making your list, think of those people and kind of think outside the box. You can think of people that have huge connections. You can think of people that are super busy. You can think of somebody that already own a business. You can think of, the super busy PTA mom who is running around, but, maybe this would be another way. Maybe she's really missing something. Maybe she's on that hamster wheel of doing a lot of good things, but not really seeing any traction from it, So again, remember, it's the heart. You're needing to connect with the heart, and then that will truly help them. Because we talked about our quote last week, that Donald Cowan quote. Does anybody remember it? I'm pretty sure I talked about it. Oh, you all failed. Just kidding. I know I say lots of stuff, but this is a life-changing quote. So I'll probably just repeat it every week because it's huge. So Donald Cowan, he was a neurologist who studied the brain and who studied why we do what we do and what actually leads to results. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to sign up. We're trying to get people, once they do sign up, to do something with it and to stay with it. We're trying to get those who are already on our team to do stuff. So he says, emotions lead to action, where information leads to conclusions, where emotion leads to action. So again, when we're going and talking to all these people, we need to connect on the emotional level, the level of hope, the level of belonging, the level of excitement, the level of free products, because that's going to make your house so much party house, whatever it is, not just you earn 25% commission, you can make this much to get to lead, you know what I mean? The starter kit is worth this much. Those are all up here. Remember, it's facts tell, stories sell. So whether you're trying to sell a product or whether you're trying to sell the opportunity, the power of our profession lies in our ability to be able to experience the products for ourselves. She talks about that as well. And being paid for it, because we get anything that we buy, even if it's just for our own home or for our own kids or for our own laundry, we get a commission on that. And then we get to share it because we've experienced it. So if you haven't tried all of our products, you need to have a big, huge party so you can get it all for free, or at least know that when you buy it, you will be getting host rewards and you'll be getting it at your discount. Don't go into debt for it. So like I said, if you need to, have a huge party, because you need to be trying those products so you can be sharing them, so that you can be showing. Don't just put up a flyer that you got from the workstation and be like, oh, this is our warmer. You need your face next to that brand new warmer, or that new bar, or squirting your own bed with our Scentsy Fresh because it smells so good and I love it because I don't have to wash my sheets every day, but it smells like it. Those are the kind of things that people want to resonate with you. That's the power of our profession. Remember, they're not hiring some famous person. You are the famous person. So you need to act in that realm of sharing the opportunity, sharing the products, and creating that emotional connection with you and our products. Not only that it can make your home smell better, but that it can make your home feel like a place where your family wants to be. See the difference? Or this is more of a good value than you would get at Walmart because it lasts so many hours longer. Again, that's up here, so that's true. But if you really want them to connect with you and to connect with your products and your business and your purpose and your cause, then you have to say, I love this because this warmer reminds me of my grandma. Whatever it is, take it to the personal level. How do you connect with those products, and how can they connect with those products and with you? Even if you're goofy, show goofy. If you are like super swag rapper Rihanna, then do it. Like I love your TikTok videos because it's so you. If you guys haven't seen her, go watch her fun videos, because I told her the other day, I was like, I could not get away with it. They'd be like, okay, white girl, you are out of your element, because it's not me. But it's so her. And so you've got to find your element and find the way that you can connect with the products yourself, with the business opportunity yourself. What is it about it that you love? Is it that you love the money? Is it that you love to stay home with your kid while he's in the other room doing his online school? Is it that you love that, oh, your daughter was sick today and you didn't have to call in sick because your boss is nice, because it's you? All of those types of stories are the things that are going to sell. So, okay. And then she also talks about giving. So she said, to sum it up in one word, network marketing provides freedom. Freedom to create the life that you want to. That doesn't mean that it comes easy. Remember the quote that I talked about at the beginning, we have to live like others won't. A lot of people won't do what we do. They won't be outside of their comfort zone. They won't be pushing themselves to develop harder. They won't be doing the hard things. So we have to live like others won't, so we can live like others can't later on. And remember, if you keep that vision top of mind of why you're doing this, it really helps get over those bumps. So, and she says, and then she talks about the rolling the snowball. I just really like that. So hopefully you guys can remember, again, it's hard. You're still going up the mountain, but you're still pushing the snowball. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be simple, and it's meant to be something that others are doing. And it's meant to be enjoyable, but it's not meant to be easy. So if you're coming into this thinking, okay, I post on my Facebook wall every week and nobody's buying. Well, remember, you're making this huge empire for yourself. It's not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be comfortable. It's not meant to be something that just anybody's going to do. You are looking to find others who are workers like you, but you've got to be the workers to find them and to show them that it's possible as well. the story of the $50 million woman. This is kind of my story. So I recruited this girl named Mary, and she lived in Scotland. And it was a referral of a mutual friend, because again, I was asking for referrals. She was an American living in Scotland. And it was right when Scentsy was opening up in Europe. And so she was one of the first. And I worked with her and I worked with her and I worked with her. And I was like, girl, this is your huge opportunity. And she was going to move from one part of Scotland. Finally, after like a year, she was going to move from one part of Scotland to another city, you know, north of Scotland. And I said, and she was getting some decent sales. And so I said, before you go, at least find one person to replace yourself, because there was no way that she could travel back and forth and service all those customers. So I said, find somebody to at least replace yourself, so that when you move, you can now at least have a downline, and you can, you know, still make sure that those customers, you know, get their stuff. Well, so she did. And you know who she recruited? Lindsay McCallum. Lindsay McCallum now has almost 2,000 people underneath me in Scotland. So did I recruit Lindsay McCallum? No. But this girl, Mary, recruited Lindsay. And because I benefited from helping Mary and helping Lindsay, and, you know, it was my whole team, Mary got frustrated. She got discouraged because she started seeing Lindsay do so well. And so she started comparing, and she was like, she's selling way more than me. She's recruiting way more than me. Mary could have really benefited from Lindsay helping push her up, but instead she got discouraged and she said, you know what, this isn't for me, which, you know, that's fine. Life gets that way. But it kind of reminds me of the story of the $50 million woman. So if you have team members that you recruit who are rock and rollers and just doing great, and they're even doing better than you, don't be afraid of that. Don't run away from that. Don't let you say, oh, I'm not as good of a leader because they're doing better than me. Cheer them on, support them, help them, use them to help push you up and to motivate you. There is no hierarchy in Scentsy. I mean, we kind of are, but again, I'm inspired by all of you daily, and we all work together. It's not like I'm the boss woman and you're all working for me. No, we all get to work together. So if you ever find yourself in a place of comparison and thinking, oh, I'm not moving as fast, or I'm not progressing as far, or I'm not whatever, throw that thought out the window, because use your team, use the momentum, use even other people on our team to inspire you, and not to say, oh, that'll never be me. I'm never going to sell that much, or I just can't recruit like she does, or oh, I'm never going to get that promotion, or oh, she always earns all the incentives. Use that to inspire you instead of to be like, oh, I'm just walking away from this challenge. So okay, moral of the story is we are part of something big that's bigger than just a paycheck. It's literally the way we can change our lives, and we have the opportunity to help other people change their lives, but not unless we invite them, not unless we show them in a way that they can really understand what it is. Because like I said, direct sales gets a bad rap. And so we have to help show that we're not spammy. We are not salesy. We're not dropping in that DM with, hey girl, hey, I haven't talked to you in 5 years, but do you want to join my team? We are not that way. That is what makes our industry grow. And if somebody came at that with me, I'd be like, yeah, delete. And I would be like, oh, that's a bad company. So the way you do it, again, facts tell, stories sell. Get it to where you are connecting with people on an emotional level. Show how Scentsy is beautiful in your life, whether it's the products or the opportunity, or even just being a part of a team. Remember, people want to belong. Share that, and you will be a magnet, and they will be coming to you. They will want what you have in your life, but only if you shine that light on it. If you just hold it in and you're like, oh, I love my little life, but you don't share it because you're like, oh, they're going to judge me, or oh, I'm going to look silly, or oh, they're going to think I'm with direct sales, then you are going to keep them from the opportunity, as well as keep yourself from the opportunity of being able to help them. So write your list of 100. I have a form. You can just write it on a notebook paper, or you can print out the form that I did. On that form, I really like that particular one because there is a buy, host, join. So as you're writing out your list of 100, literally just brain dump anybody that comes to your mind. It's crazy because the more I actually start writing, the more it helps jog my memory. And then I start thinking and branching out as I'm writing people that I wouldn't have even thought of before. So you have to do this experience by writing it down. You can't just think, oh, I'll just think of people. No, or I'll just work, 5 at a time. No, write down as many as you can. Don't stop until you get to 100. Even if they're never going to do it, or never going to be it. One, you don't know. It's our job to invite. We don't decide for them. But if you don't invite them, then they can't decide. And then number two, you don't know when even just writing down the name will help jog somebody else that you might not have thought of. And that's the golden person that really needs Scentsy, and you need them on your team. So write your list of 100 and right beside it, BHJ, buy, host, or join. Which one do you think this would be the best place? I always try to lead with join, but especially if they want to buy something, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, why don't you just join and you can get it at a discount? Or no, okay, well, why don't you host and then you can get it for free? And then, okay, you want to buy it? Okay, fine, I'll let you buy it. So just Aaron's laughing at me. So I'm trying to talk really quick because it's already 7:32. I've missed my whole half an hour. It goes by so fast. But this week can be super powerful because that list of 100 is gold. It's your gold mine. It helps you focus and it helps you think about people that need this opportunity that you wouldn't have even thought of before. And it keeps you focused and it keeps you accountable to make that list and then to go down that list and to contact people. People need this opportunity. They either need the beauty of our fragrances in their home to make it a happy place, or they need the beauty of belonging or money or dream chasing or self-development, whatever it is in their life. They need it. And we cannot be selfish and just keep it to us. Don't put it on you and be like, oh, but I feel so embarrassed. Think about what you're withholding from them, and that will give you the confidence you need to be like, oh, what if nobody ever shared this opportunity with me? Where would I be without it? Keep it at the heart level, and it will help you keep that momentum and motivation, and it will help you share it in a genuine way. So I can't even remember the other challenges from the week. I posted them yesterday. You'd think I'd remember. But the 100, and then you have to contact 9 of them to host and 1 of them to join or something like that. I can't remember. Okay, thank you, Naomi, for keeping me on track. And I've been working on that. Okay, what was that?
The kit flyer.
Yes.
Yeah, the
okay.
graphic.
Okay, so if you have questions about that, it can even just be, you know, a warmer and be like, hey, you'll get this in your kit, or some catalogs and be like, you know, just whatever it is. Or you can find the actual picture in your workstation. And the reason why I want you to do that is because then you can find where the kit contents are. So in the PDF, in the workstation, you will find the host kit, the $99 regular kit, and the reinstatement kit. So I want you guys to learn to look for those things, and then you can cut it out, you can paste it onto a picture, you can do whatever you want with it, but just make some kind of something that you could even put in your stories and be like, hey, I've got this host kit that's unlocked, you know, come, who wants to grab it? I only have 1, so it's a first come first serve. So you're, you know, kind of creating the excitement. Okay, and this is probably going to, it's telling me I have 3 minutes, but it's kind of freezing, so it's probably going to cut me off here. So yes, so work with those with your tiny teams. You can all work together to create one graphic that you all use and share in your story. That's totally fine. Or even just share ideas of where you find it or what your favorite apps are to use to create those kind of content, those kind of, you know, stories. You could share even how, if you don't know how to create a story and how to put cute little emojis or hashtags or like a yes, no, or something like that. Work with each other in your tiny teams to teach each other, help each other, and share your good ideas, because that's really the benefit of those tiny teams. So yeah, any other questions before I let you guys go? Okay, always, if you have questions, I'm here. But I love seeing you guys work with your tiny teams. Good job. Thanks for showing up here tonight. Those who show up, go up. So I expect big things out of all of you. And I'm super excited for this week. And I'm really excited to see how transformational that list of 100 is. And then you taking action on that list as well, because that will make a big, huge difference. So anyway, love you guys. Here's to a great week. And we will chat again soon. Have a great day. Bye.